Hello, everybody. Welcome to this week's Trivia Super Game. I'm Mackenzie. I am joined today by my esteemed colleague and friend, Andrew. We are going to be playing some, 2000s TV themed trivia and giving away a fabulous $100 cash prize. So hello, and thank you to everybody in the chat who is tuning in live. Stick around. This is going to be an absolute blast. Now, before we get into it, I'll just give a quick reminder of how this whole thing works. So every day we run trivia challenges on the WatchMojo website at 3 p.m. Eastern. As you compete in the daily challenges, you earn Mojo points for stuff like correct answer streaks and inviting friends to play along with you. You can then redeem those points for entry into our Friday afternoon super game, where we give away a $100 cash prize, which is, of course, what we are here to do today. So you're going to need to redeem 50 Mojo points to join today's game. If you're here to compete, go ahead, open another tab, go to WatchMojo.com/play, sign in, and the game's going to start in about 15 minutes. Like I said, the theme of the day is 2000s TV trivia. I'm super excited for this one. But if you don't have enough Mojo points to join, don't worry, just stick around with us. We're going to be streaming the game right here. So Andrew, we're here to talk 2000s TV today. Are you feeling confident?
Extremely. I'm feeling extremely confident. 2000s is the era I grew up and was raised. Last time I checked, so.
All right. Well, that's good news. I think you're in a good position. I just found out that we're having a bit of a tech error. The game has already started, so we're going to share our screen. I'm going to give a reminder right now to anybody who is just tuning in. Go to WatchMojo.com/play, sign in, and we got a $100 cash prize to give away. So we're doing 2000s TV today. Let us know in the chat what your favorite show of the 2000s is. Andrew,
and why is it next?
And why is it next? Yeah. Andrew, explain to everybody what is next. What is the concept of next?
Next is like basically Tinder in the ancient times, where you had a limited amount of time to go on a date with someone, and for every minute you were on the date, you earn $1. And there we go. Servers creating the gaming. This is similar to happen in Next, because
it's a metaphor.
Sometimes Next. Exactly. They would just disconnect if they didn't like them. So that, and they'd run away with the cash. So really, that was just a good metaphor demonstration of what Next was in live action.
That's beautiful. I do feel like the early 2000s were kind of a golden age in a bad way and in a good way for reality TV. I mean, we can say golden age because there were no rules and there was so much, and the bad age because there was no oversight or seemingly like an ethical compass. But what do you think were like the weirdest reality shows of the 2000s? And I'm interested, people in the chat too, like what were you guys watching reality show wise of that time?
I think like the weirdest one that comes to mind is Room Raiders.
Oh yeah.
Where
MTV.
They judge. Yeah, on another MTV. You went on a blind date with somebody's room. They were completely judging people by what was in the content of their room. And when I was young, I didn't realize that they planted so much stuff in those rooms. Like none of it was real. But you were also, to start the episode, if you were a dater, you were abducted at your house and thrown into a van. And you were watching it happen. Why did I watch every episode? I can't tell you.
I remember, and they would have like they would go into the rooms like equipped with real equipment, like black lights and like fingerprints, like all this technology to like better suss out who this person is based on their room. Wild. I also watched a lot of Date My Mom. I'm ashamed of it, but I'm here to admit it. Whatever. It was MTV. It was 2004. We were all there. So the premise of Date My Mom is, of course, 3 moms go on dates with one eligible bachelor, who's usually some like kind of skeevy skater dude. And then after each date, he has to decide which of their daughters he wants to pursue. And then there's inevitably this kind of humiliating moment at the end where the daughters each come out of the van and he reacts to them like, oh, she's so beautiful, or like, ew. And it's just like, it's just this, the humiliation wheel keeps turning. But that's a weird one, but a classic, I think, of that era.
Bring it back. I think so.
I think we should bring it back. Okay, everyone. So I'm happy to announce, I think we've kind of corrected our tech issue on the back. So we're going to be restarting the trivia game in about 15 minutes. Thank you for your patience and sorry for the false start. We've got $100 to give away. We're here to talk 2000s TV and happy Friday. So let's start again. If you are just tuning in, you can go ahead, open another tab and go to WatchMojo.com/play, sign in. We got about 15 minutes till the game starts. You're going to need to redeem 50 Mojo points to join today's game. But if you don't have it, don't stress. Just keep hanging out with us. And we're going to be talking 2000s TV and playing some trivia right here. I see Kostel in the comments saying, watching from Romania. Hello, Kostel. Thank you for joining. Happy Friday to you. I want to talk a little bit about reboots because I feel like we're living a little bit in an era of reboots that maybe we love, maybe we hate, maybe we're sick of. But I do think there are some shows from that like 25 years ago that could really benefit from kind of a modern take or a spin or, just seeing these characters again. Andrew, do you have a show in your mind that you would absolutely sell your soul to get another season of?
My entire soul. I know this is going to be a basic answer for some people, but Firefly. Come on. We got 10 episodes of that, and we had this great sci-fi world, low budget, so it's not too much to bring back and revive. And we just couldn't get past the 10 episodes and a movie. And I think no one's really touched this outside of comics. And they've done interesting things with comics and spin-offs. I think you just pluck them in. Anyone could direct it. I mean, anyone. It doesn't even have to be the person who started it. It could be anybody else. And we could keep this train going for at least 3 more seasons or like a full regular season of TV. Yeah, that's my vote.
Why do you think it hasn't gone there yet? Because I feel like there's a strong fan desire for this. Whereas we get reboots all the time that no one wants. I feel like people talk about Firefly a lot.
I think it's like the classic of the person who started everything up, got way busy, got swept up, so they never came back to it. And then Fox by itself doesn't usually revive stuff until they really need money. So now that they're owned by Disney, I think they have a chance to like really get back, and they have the funds and the fan base. I hope there's a Firefly revolution, brown coat revolution for you fans coming soon. What's yours? Your soul selling 2000 show?
Yeah, my whole soul. For me, I think I've talked about this before, but I have a real soft spot for Malcolm in the Middle. And if you've seen the finale of Malcolm in the Middle, if you stuck with it that long, Lois gives this amazing monologue in a moment of chaos where she kind of outlines and predicts every kid's future and all the different ways that, she knows their life will go, like hard-headed as she is. Like she's always kind of right, even when she's wrong, right? And it ends with, she says, Malcolm, you'll be president and you'll be the only president who's ever cared about people like us. Like she has this amazing line. But of course, the tone of the show is so like funny and their chemistry is so great. So I think it would be amazing to see what happened to those characters 25 years in the future. And maybe Malcolm's president, or maybe he's not, or, whichever faction of the family it follows. I think it could be really cool to see a next gen after that. So if anyone's listening, that's my formal pitch.
Maybe he's in the White House and it's kind of like a Veep in the middle kind of thing.
Oh, yeah. It's like a Corey in the house, but it's Malcolm in the middle. Okay. Anybody who's just tuning in, I'll give instructions again. We're here to play 2000s TV trivia. We got a $100 cash prize to give away. So if you are here to compete, you can open another tab, go to WatchMojo.com/play, sign in, and the game is going to start in about 10 minutes. You're going to need to redeem 50 Mojo points to join. But if you don't have 50 Mojo points, all good. Keep hanging out with us and keep playing our daily trivia challenges. They're every single day at 3 p.m. Eastern. You can rack up those Mojo points, and next week could be your time to shine. So I have a game prepared. I want to circle back to reality shows. It's so hard for me to think about the 2000s and TV without really getting into reality shows because it was just absolutely crazy. But the game that I've prepared, Andrew, is called it's just Real or Fake, Reality Shows of the 2000s. That's the subtitle. I'm going to pitch to you the premise of a show, and you need to tell me if it's real or if it's fake. Everyone in the chat, feel free to play along with us. All right. Bully beatdown. Real-life bullies are challenged by their victims to go into the ring with real-life MMA fighter. If the bully can hold his own, he gets 10K. But every time he falters, the victim wins cash. Is that a real show or a fake show of the early 2000s?
This, oh man, already this, I could see people doing this. I could see it happening. I'm gonna bet this one's real.
Correct. This was a real show.
Where?
I think this was MTV or FX. No, I think it only got 2 seasons, but was very much real. All right, next one. Black, White, a social experiment reality show where 2 families, one black and one white, use movie-quality prosthetics to switch races and document their experiences. Is this a real show or a fake show?
I've seen clips from this. I'm going to say it's real.
It's real. This was produced by Ice Cube. Which only adds to the absurdity.
This was his transition into comedy.
Yeah. Away from his serious acting career. All right. Jailhouse Survivor. Inmates compete in challenges within the prison system with reduced sentences and privileges at stake, while viewers confront the complexities of rehabilitation and punishment. Real or fake?
Someone earlier in the chat said, Survivor was one of their favorite shows.
Classic.
Do I believe this is a spinoff because of the state of the American jail system? I don't think so. I'm going to say this is fake.
Correct. This is fake.
Reduced time?
There could be some kind of inmate survivor.
I was thinking any joke made for is going to get real dark.
Yeah, there's no way to keep that any humor coming from that lighthearted. So let's just move on.
Yeah.
Okay, Queen Bees. A group of nasty high school girls are brought to a summer camp designed to teach them basic human empathy. Real or fake?
Real?
Real. And for anyone who follows Vanderpump Rules, Stassi Schroeder from Vanderpump Rules was on this when she was like 14 or 15, and it's hilarious.
This also reminds me of a show where they sent the people who were on My Super Sweet 16, they would send them to less developed countries. I don't remember what it was called.
I know what you're talking about.
And I was like, relatively, they just had a big party. I don't think we need to send them to another country.
Yeah, at that age, it's their parents' fault. It's their parents' fault.
Yeah.
It's not a
They just wanted a Hummer.
Yeah. Okay, so what do you think? I'll give another quick reminder about what we're doing here today. So we've got some 2000s trivia on the go, 2000s TV trivia on the go. If you want to compete, go ahead, open another tab, WatchMojo.com/play, sign in, and the game's going to start in about 5 minutes. But in the meantime, maybe we could talk about 2000s cliches. Like, what were the broader kind of themes of this era in TV? I feel like this was a lot changed between the 90s and 2000s, I think, in TV.
Yeah, I think like 90s we had a lot of like special episodes. Everyone turns to the camera, and we were kind of trying to reject that a little bit. So I think this is the era of cheeky TV. Your Arrested Development, your
Yeah.
Malcolm in the Middle. Whereas like, okay, we know we're in the cliche, we know we're living it, but let's have some fun. Let's twist it around a little bit. And I think everyone tried to do it. A lot of people failed, but some people did.
I also think like there's an amazing kind of, I think post Sopranos, or like in the, in that era, like there was kind of a new rise of like the TV anti-hero. Like I think that's a cliche in a lot of ways, but we also got so many amazing characters out of it. Like obviously Tony Soprano and Walter White, like those are the obvious ones, but also like Nurse Jackie comes to mind a lot. Or those kinds of like exploring like kind of a gritty world from the perspective of someone who's really struggling with their whatever, and coming to terms with their reality, but trying to be a good person, rooting for, not rooting for. I think like Lost also kind of touches on that, or that's like kind of a big theme in Lost, of like every single character is kind of a hero and an anti-hero at the same time. Yeah, I don't know. I think we could get into like something deeper, whether how that connects to like maybe larger changes at that time. I just saw iCarly come up. So forget what I was saying. Yeah, love that. Yeah.
The zeitgeist of
yeah.
I think iCarly is a good point too. I think like this random humor, because I think we grew up on the internet with like those 4-panel emoji comics and rage comics.
Totally.
And like the humor was so random, and it was like the more random and unrelated to anything, any semblance of reality, the better. Thank you, iCarly.
Yeah. Right? Yeah.
Yeah. Oh
God. Oh yeah, what were the early memes at that age too? Like we have like I Can Has Cheeseburger, that whole genre of meme that no longer exists.
Oh yeah.
Maybe for the best, but but I do think like iCarly is kind of an interesting example of like internet formats and TV formats kind of like overlapping, that we're like, really like engaged in more internet culture too. Kind of cool. Yeah, so we got like 2 minutes to go until the game is going to start. We got $100, folks, so make sure you stick around. Do you have a favorite, like, who's the biggest fashion icon on TV in the 2000s? Andrew, in your opinion?
I'd like to model myself after Tobias.
Yeah, for you. I meant for you.
Yeah. Yeah. I loved bluing, just covering my skin blue. The cutoff shorts, of course.
I was going to say, we can't see it, but you are wearing jorts at this moment.
Right now. I can't stand up right now, but trust me, it's just shorts. And yeah, I couldn't grow a mustache at the time, but if I could have, that's what I would have been rocking. Your style icon?
I was not expecting that. I was thinking more broadly, like the style icon, and I was just thinking like The Simple Life, like comes to mind. I know we talked about Carrie Bradshaw forever, like that's an obvious example, or like Blair Waldorf, like the Gossip Girl gals. Yeah, but I think that like the Juicy Couture with the dirty overalls, I mean, really shaped. That was a pop culture moment.
Yeah, I think anything on MTV. I think you were supposed to dress like everybody on MTV at the same time. It's like a little Pit My Ride, a little what's the house show where they show off their houses?
Extreme Makeover, Home Edition, or Trading Spaces?
No, not Wife Swap. Rich people you go to their mansion and they're like, look at my 700 TVs.
Oh, cribs. MTV cribs. Yeah, I also think of like Hannah Montana and the layers upon layers. Like you got tank
Yes.
tops under short sleeves, under long sleeves, under detached sleeves, and capris under skirts, under socks with boots. Like the layers upon layers. Yeah, that's a big like TV moment of the 2000s for me, or like a TV fashion moment. Okay, guys, last chance. We're gonna start in 3, 2, 1. Open another tab, WatchMojo.com/play, sign in, and let's get this show on the road here. Now, first question: which character was based on a British television character?
Definitely Kramer.
Yeah, it's definitely Kramer. What would British Kramer be like? I feel like that changes it a lot.
Sorry for opening the door so fast.
Please go on. Is this a scene?
Oh.
Everybody's visualizing Squidward and counting his limbs in this moment. I see you.
Your mind's eye. He's a squid, guy. He's not an octopus.
Huh. Courage the Cowardly Dog was a series about a frightened pup that talked to aliens. True or false?
Tricky. This is a tricky one.
Do you know this show?
I do know the show pretty well. Sometimes he talked to aliens, maybe. All it was all in his head. We don't know.
Oh, this is a classic episode.
Mm-hmm.
I was too young to watch. Yeah, well, like I was too young to watch The Sopranos when it was like actually on TV, so I watched it like maybe 2 years ago, and it's great. Happy to report. All right. In Scrubs, what does Dr. Kevin Casey say when he touches every person and object in his first? Is this Michael J. Fox's character? Maybe that's a spoiler. Maybe it's not.
Oh, maybe I don't think.
It's not Nick Cage. I know that. I saw a question in the chat. Can we play our own in live chat? Absolutely. Keep hanging out with us. We're going to be screening here and keep chatting with us. We are here for you and here to play. All right. How many seasons did Smallville last? A long time.
Yeah. 1/3 of Supernatural.
Yeah. Oh, thumbnails that didn't age well. The TV series Buffy the Vampire Slayer was based on a 1992 film of the same name. True or false? Hi, Kevin in the chat. Just tuning in.
Just gonna leave that one alone.
That's like the prison joke. Any joke is wrong. Oh my god. Okay, we've got Aswin Silver in the lead here with 122 points. Well done. Aswin Silver is a legacy Watch Mojo trivia player, so keep your eye on this guy. Molly, Leanne, P-Chan, welcome. Oh,
Dawson's Creek, the meme, the crying meme.
Yeah. Oh, I only know the show from the crying meme and the lore. I don't think I've ever seen it. Vincent in the chat is asking, what's Smallville? Andrew, you could probably explain this better to me, but it involves Superman and teenagers.
Yes. It's Superman growing up as a teenager in Smallville, and the rule of the show was they couldn't use tights or capes, but they could do anything else. They could bring in any other character from any DC show. So this was the first like live action DC show to have a lot of action, and spawned a lot. It spawned a lot of other imitators and some that topped it.
Big stuff. 10 seasons.
Yeah.
Oh, there's your idol, dude.
Oh, there he is, my fashion icon.
Mike Judge, the creator of Beavis and Butthead, also made which other popular animated series? Andrew, between the two of us, which one is Beavis and which one is Butthead?
Which is the one who's setting things on fire?
I think that's Beavis. Is that the blonde one?
Yeah, I think I can go for that.
Yeah, I see that. Which TV character famously wore a tutu in Times Square? Speaking of fashion icons, there you go.
No, can't remember.
Dr. Gregory House. This is an appropriate thumbnail, actually. Is inspired by which literary figure?
Well, he was always holding spears and trying to whale his patients, so I think it was Captain Ahab. Oh.
Yeah. Oh, alas, alas. Guys, I'm seeing some people in the chat who are saying they're experiencing some tech issues. I just want to apologize. We've been having some glitches today, but we're going to handle it with our team. And hopefully next time you come back and play trivia, we'll be able to give you a more complete experience. Apologies for that. Thank you for sticking around. All right. Which Grey's Anatomy character was the focus of private practice? Did you ever get into Grey's, Andrew?
Again, maybe in like, I actually picked up around season 146. That's when I really got into the war,
when they're all dead.
Yeah, I read a couple wikis to catch up, and then that's where I jumped in.
That was your pandemic project.
Yeah.
Thanks, Dominic. Have a great weekend. All right, Mad Men. Yes. All right, we've still got Aspen Silver in the lead here.
Nice, nice.
Yeah. Ron in the chat is saying it's glitching because of the sun. I think you're onto something.
Yeah. Well, our solar panels are malfunctioning. It must be it.
It's the, yeah, what is it, the 5G?
Yeah.
Who of the following was not in Freaks and Geeks?
Yeah, one season wonder. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's a great one. I have this scene from Freaks and Geeks in my mind all the time where Jason Segel's character is crying and crying. She goes up to him and she's like, Nick, what's wrong? Are you okay? And he says, John Bonham died. And she's like, that was like 8 years ago. And he's like, I know, I'm just not over it yet. And she's like, oh, the emotional toll. All right, we're coming in on our last 5 questions here. Tina Fey based the character of Liz Lemon on her experiences writing for SNL in 30 Rock. I feel like people don't talk about 30 Rock enough. The first couple seasons are like absolute pure gold.
Yeah, I think weirdly Parks and Rec started out from the bottom, but now it's more talked about than 30 Rock, I feel.
Yeah, totally.
Well, that's a thumbnail.
Wow.
That's his day job.
Everybody guess quickly so we can move on. Yeah. Linus in the chat, I see you. And thank you for your suggestion. We will pass it along to our editorial team. See what happens. Who was not? This is a great thumbnail. This is a perfect moment.
Yeah.
We were all rooting for you. That's how I'm feeling about this this stream, actually.
Yeah. We're gonna learn from this.
All right. The Office and Parks and Rec were both co-created by Greg Daniels. Vincent asks, what's American Idol? I feel like he's testing us. You know.
It's like Date My Mom, basically.
Yeah. But it's singers in America.
You'll get it. Watch a few.
Last question. Which actor played Reese on Malcolm in the Middle, one of my favorite shows of the 2000s? Answer is Justin Burfield. Let's see. Aspen Silver has taken the grand $100 cash prize today. Congratulations to you, our friend. And thank you so much, everyone, for sticking around. We know this was a bit of a bumpy ride, but so much fun and such a pleasure to have all of you here with us today. Tune in every day for more daily trivia challenges at 3 p.m. Eastern, WatchMojo.com/play. And we'll see you next Friday with another $100 cash prize and more super fun trivia. So thanks, guys. Have a great weekend.